Alright, we're back again. I'm kind of getting these off like rapid fire right now. I don't know what it is, man. Like I said, we're going to be on it a lot stronger than what we were before. And it's going to stay that way this time. But in all seriousness, of course, I'm coming off having recorded the video talking about the passing of the late, great Terry Funk. May he rest in peace. And again, condolences to all friends, family, and loved ones. I mean, it's pretty crazy because I feel like I've had to do quite a few of these for a lot of different people, and particularly ones that are a lot closer to me than I want. But and I don't mean to say that laughing like that's anything light. It definitely isn't something I'm very happy about. But all the same, just keeping things moving along. I want to keep up on the wrestling theme here, and what I want to talk about, and I'm actually trying something a little different here, so bear with me as I shuffle along here. I've kind of done this along. Gonna try to get a timer going here, and just a way that I want to format how I go about my videos moving forward. But nonetheless, the first thing I want to talk about is, as I mentioned, I am watching AEW Dynamite as we speak. And some really interesting news that was revealed earlier today, or at least revealed to me earlier today. I'm not sure if this was something that was posted today or yesterday or within the last few days, but as it turns out, Rey Fenix is not expected to be a part of the All-In card taking place at Wembley Stadium in London, England this Sunday. And I gotta say, that's really, really unfortunate because, Rey Fenix being a hell of a talent, it really sucks that he's missing out on such an opportunity to be able to perform. I mean, we're talking 80,000 strong. Literally the largest audience, at least as far as I remember. I'm pretty sure it's the largest audience to date that AEW has performed in front of so far. And that's going to be incredible, and it's great because it goes to show that the company, at least with that sort of thing, is going in the correct direction. A lot of people tend to feel a certain way, myself included to some degree, about how the booking has gone, a little bit of lack of storytelling, although there has been nice improvements in that area, but still a ways to go, and for a variety of reasons. But sticking to the subject at hand, it's really unfortunate because Rey Fenix was booked for the Stadium Stampede match, which would include him, his brother, Penta El Cero Miedo, the other half of the Lucha Brothers. They were going to join best friends Orange Cassidy and Eddie Kingston to go against Blackpool Combat Club. And they've actually got new members revealed for their team because it was just those three as of last week. Now, factor in, excuse me, and you'll have to pardon me also because I was made aware of their tag team name, and it's slipping my mind right now. But either way, and for whatever reason, their names are slipping my mind too. But yeah, they're gonna have this massive match in Stadium Stampede, and they're gonna be all over Wembley with this. I mean, it is going to be quite ridiculous with how that's gonna go. But as I see now, Eddie Kingston is seeing off the ambulance because Rey Fenix has been injured. Written off, so basically they're selling him not being able to make it to All In, which is really interesting because that it turns out that's as a result of visa issues, which I hate that that's the case for anyone that has to go through that. I mean, I don't know what is involved with all of that, but it's pretty tough, really unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure there'll be other opportunities moving forward for Rey Fenix. Just kind of sucks to have to deal with that, and it would have been fun seeing him on that stage as well. But moving right along, another interesting topic, and You'll see I'll be doing this in about 2 or 3 minute intervals, or try to keep it at that. But moving along to another topic, it's also revealed today that there was an counter offer that has been declined between the WWE and Edge, which is really interesting because he had what, as of now, is his final match in WWE this past Friday night on SmackDown against Sheamus, in which he was victorious. And this is really, really interesting because ever since any aspect of this was made known, there was an awful lot of speculation made, or that is pretty much risen from all of this, specifically for the fact that I'm not sure how many people were really aware of Edge's contract situation, much less the fact that it was getting ready to expire. But at the same time, the fact that this became common knowledge along the way over really the last few weeks, it got real interesting. Why? Because again, we've got AEW's All In this weekend in Wembley Stadium. And why do I bring that up? Well, it'd be a hell of a surprise to have a certain individual, someone by the name of Adam Copeland, of course I'm referring to Edge, show up during the show, which there's plenty of room for that to be the case as of right now, especially with the way they've come together with all of this thus far. But in the same vein, of course, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up the fact that the biggest reason this is important to keep in mind is because let's think about who's in AEW right now. He's actually claiming to be a champion, which, that take that for what it is. It's actually a pretty interesting storyline when you get to breaking it down for what it actually is. But I'm referring to one Christian Cage, Edge's best friend, and the one guy he actually broke into the business with. And that's important just for the fact that, it's going to be weird for the fact that Edge has pretty much been WWE from the beginning. I mean, in a lot of ways, you would have to consider this unthinkable, or at least, I don't know, maybe, what was it, I think 3 years, a little more than 3 years ago, almost 4 years now, going back to when Edge came back, made a surprise return at the Royal Rumble in 2020. You figured he's back and he's gonna be back to stay, I mean, he was literally gonna make this his final run, and there was no way you were ever gonna see him anywhere else. But turns out that may not be the case. I don't know if this is gonna be a one-off or what the plan is as far as whether or not we do see Adam Copeland, also known as Edge, in AEW, but hopefully we'll be in for quite a surprise this Sunday. I mean, we'll find out one way or another. That said, the last thing I want to talk about here is something that I find really interesting in relation to AEW, and that's the fact that you have the situation recently regarding Cash Wheeler, and of course the fact that he was arrested, had a warrant out for his arrest for weeks as I understand it. And this is wild to me only because of the fact that you want to look at Dax and Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler as pretty straight-laced individuals, roughneck as they may come across. That's the persona of the characters that they perform as. But I really don't know the details of what happened with that. It's just interesting thinking about what happened with Rey Fenix, because this is something that could very easily have been in danger of putting a really huge match, being the rubber match between FTR and the Young Bucks, in some rather significant danger, actually, because For all we know, this could be a thing to where he wouldn't be allowed to travel. Um, they would hold his visa. I mean, just all the things that would keep him from being available for the pay per view, which would really suck because you know it's been talked about that All In has not had any kind of build up whatsoever, and that's just the reality. But at the same time, I have to point out the fact that even for as bad as the build up has been, I have to acknowledge the fact that there is significant excitement that's also been generated simultaneously to that. And given that we're talking about 80,000 plus strong, there's good reason for that. But all the same, I just want to offer best wishes to everybody that I've mentioned in this video, of course. Don't want to go without that, but it's just really, really tricky that you have these things come up so close to a big show, especially the likes of All In, which is going to be literally the biggest show that they've had, especially in Wembley since 1993, I believe it was, August of 93, which was SummerSlam 93. And that was that was featuring the main event, excuse me, or what turned out to be the main event, the Intercontinental Championship match of Bret the Hitman Hart against the late great Davey Boy Smith. And of course that was huge for obvious reasons. But all the same, it seems as though the match is going to go on without a hitch. I don't know what the parameters for Cash Wheeler's situation is legally, but whatever it is, it doesn't seem to be enough to prevent him from being able to show up at Wembley. So I'll be happy with that. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse than that. I'm just looking forward to a banger of a match. It's going to be a banger of a show, and it's just going to be too much fun to watch. But yeah, let me know what you guys think on this. I mean, a lot of wild stuff going into the weekend, and of course we've got other shows coming up. Payback. We just had Heatwave for NXT last night. That was amazing. And then, of course, they're going to have All Out in Chicago a week later. Oh, man. All the stuff that's going to be going on over the next couple of weeks. But, and let's not forget about it. We got football, y'all. That's the best part of all. But nonetheless, I don't know why I did that to derail everything about a pro wrestling video. But anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Really interesting stuff going into the weekend, and yeah, it's gonna be fun to see how it all turns out. All the same, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like, share, subscribe, you know what it is, and I'll get at y'all.